Can we just talk about how good I fucking look? I literally just recorded this video, but like there was no sound. Fixed it. So today I'm gonna be telling the story of how your boy had a crush and it went horribly wrong, and that's that. Before I get into the story, I kind of want to give some background information. So this story happened back in February here in college, and the people that are relevant are Derek, the crush, Carly, his friend. The reason I named her Carly is because she's very much so a Carly Red. Like, she took the bone back to the person that I was talking about. Feel me? And then we're gonna name my friend Gabby, and we're gonna name my other friend Lisa. So back in February, me and my friends decided to go out to a party. So we went out to this party. I was stoned out of my mind, so I don't remember exactly where it was at, but we had an amazing time. Came back to the Rotunda. It's basically a center building in the middle of 3 dorms, and it just connects the dorms, and it has a restaurant and laundry and shit like that there. So we come back to the Rotunda, and I'm stoned out of my mind, as I said before, high as fuck, off the sativa. And we're chilling in the Rotunda. So I'm sitting at a table. I remember this so vividly. I'm sitting at a table, and I turn and I look over to my right on the couches, and me and Derek make eye contact. So me and him make eye contact, and I was high as fuck, so I wasn't really thinking anything of it. But it's longer than normal. Like, anybody else, if I made eye contact with them, like 5 seconds or so would go by and we would like both divert our eyes. So naturally, me being me, like, I divert my eyes. 5 seconds in, I look over to my left or somewhere else. So I turn back and look again, and he's still fucking staring. Like, we're still making eye contact. Why is this happening? Why? So I'm like, that's odd. Noted. In my head, I was like, noted. Okay. About a week goes by, and me and my friends decide to go to, because this is right around Valentine's Day, so they were having like Valentine's Day events. So an org put on a speed dating love type of thing. Me and my friends went to the speed dating thing. It was cool, like, but halfway through, like, I'm sitting next to my friends, and my friend Gabby was like, hey, she was talking to my other friend. I don't really need to name him because, like, this is the only time I'm gonna mention him, but she was talking to him, and she was like, hey, like, I had a conversation with Derek and he's gay. I was like, but hold on, because about a week, nah, kidding. I was like, wow. Not gonna lie, I was like, wow, he's really cute. Like, I think I might have a crush on him. He's like, really? I was like, yeah. Another week goes by, and me and my friends go out to another party. We were the partiers. Freshman year. We get back from the party, and we're in the Rotunda again, and I see Derek, and my high ass wanted to make a snap. So I made a snap, and I'll insert the snap here. Let me tell y'all, my crush have whole ass in this bitch, but I'm high as fuck, so I don't know how to fuck act. After I get on Snap making that little ramble, I go up to my room because I was like in my going out clothes and I wanted to get comfortable, and I was changing my clothes, taking off my makeup, and I just randomly like looked down at my phone to see like who have viewed my snaps. The snap that I had just made, and I see an unfamiliar name. So I click on the unfamiliar name, and it's Derek. It's Derek. Yeah, it's Derek. I'm like, what did you fuck? Like, I'm freaking the fuck out. I text Gabby and I was like, I screenshotted it. I screenshotted it and I sent it to her and I was like, oh my god, like, what the fuck? Like, I'm so lost and confused. Go back down to the rotunda and I'm talking it out with my friends because I was so fucking high. And I was like, paranoia started to set in. I was like, somebody had to send him my snap, because I scrolled through the rest of my snaps, and I mean, my snap is open for public viewing. However, I scrolled through the rest of my snaps and he had only watched that one, meaning somebody had to have sent that to him in order for him to come up as viewed on that snap. So at the time, only, I want to say like 10 people had viewed the snap when I had screenshotted it. So I just had to play the process of elimination. So I was like, okay, these 5 people don't know him. And the thing of it is that I had only told my close friends that I had a crush on him, and it was only like 3 people, and I trust my friends 100%. So I was like, they didn't spill my tea, so how could, like, I was just so confused that entire night. I was like, they didn't spill my tea, so how, like, it's not adding up. Looking at the list, I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, Carly, his friend. Carly is his fucking friend, and she sent the snap to him. Like, that's the only possible explanation.
I remember thinking, I'm about to beat this bitch up.
Because anybody else either doesn't know him or they don't know my tea. She didn't know my tea either, so she had just been guessing, like, which is stupid on your part. And they were like, how could she? I was like, I honestly don't know. I'm talking to my friends, and I'm like, I honestly don't know how she could have known, but I guess she just guessed or whatever, and lucky guess, she was fucking right. Like, whatever. They're like, yeah, whatever, like, just, like, don't even think about it too much. Like, she probably didn't mean any harm by it. Like, put it off in the back of my mind. And that was that. I was like, I'm not gonna think about it. Like, yes, I still have this crush, still have these feels. I'm not gonna think about it. Another week and a half goes by, and me and my friends had not seen each other in a minute. So we were like, let's get together. Let's, you know, have our little tea time, talk about our shit and whatnot. Gabby had texted our group chat and was like, by the way, I have some bad news for one of you. Didn't think anything of it because it couldn't have been about me. Like, it just couldn't have been about me. Like, there was this thing with Lisa and a boy and Gabby. So I thought it was about them 3. Like, I didn't think it was anything about me. So I'm like, whatever, it's probably about her. Like, just dismissed it, back of my head, whatever. We meet up, like, that evening, and as we're at the table, Lisa's like, by the way, like, who was the bad news about? She was like, it was about Ken. And I was like, sis, what? It was about whom? What'd I do? Hold on. So she pulls out her phone and she gets on Twitter and she shows me the fucking DMs between her and Derek. She was low-key trying to get with my sis. Like, low-key, high-key, actually. High-key, high-key. Trying to get with my sis. I was like, shook. Like, no words were coming out. My other friend, Lisa, could obviously tell that I was low-key, like, distraught. And I was low-key, like, feeling some way. So she was like, okay, let me get to the bottom of this right now. She gets on Twitter and she's like, she adds Derek and she's like, hey, message me. And so Derek messages her like 10 minutes later and she's like, hey, just curious, like, one of my friends had a crush on you, and so we just wanted to know, like, what is your sexuality? Like, are you straight? Whatever. So his response was low-key shady. Like, he was like, oh, well, thank you for asking. And I'm completely straight. Oh man. My heart dropped. My heart dropped. And it wasn't even that I was sad. It was like, you know, when you like start to like, I guess, fantasize about like possibly like the possibility of like being with someone, and then like that's completely like ripped away from you. That's what happened to me. Like, I was like, damn, like, it's a no. Honestly, I don't think I would have ever even like shot my shot to begin with, because like I'm so fucking socially awkward. Like, so I mean, I think I would rather have lived with like the sadness of never knowing than getting shot down. And like, that would do something to my ego. Like, oh, I was like pretty down and out about it for a minute, I'm not gonna lie. So I took it back to like, oh my god. So when Carly sent my snap to him, what was the purpose of her doing that? Like, you knew he was straight as fuck. Like, so why would you do that?
Bitch, mind your business. Like, if this is a B, and C conversation, D your way out of the conversation.
I couldn't think of any other reason than to like poke fun at me, and like that is what upset me. I'm like, okay, like, no, we're not gonna do that, sis.
Like, you a punk ass, dirty ass, slut ass, drag ass bitch. You got your head.
What's the real purpose of that? Like, I feel like to this day, she still thinks that I have some type of feelings for him. But honestly, like, it was maybe a good week and I got over it. I didn't care anymore. Created this entire situation. Like, what I'm thinking happened is that night that we made eye contact, he thought that that was me, like that I had liked him at that point, but I didn't. I didn't start to develop my crush for him until like a good week and a half after that. I mean, it was still like, you know what I'm saying, it was still formulated, but it wasn't then. Like, I wasn't checking for you at that point, sir. But so I guess he told her and whoever else, and she started trying to play detective, and the bitch fucking sent my snap to him, and stirred the pot up more than it should have been. And that's what irritates me to this day. Like, had she not have sent the snap to him, like, I would have been completely fine. Like, at least not to my knowledge, I wouldn't have like been like, oh my god, social anxiety, like, fuck. Moral to the story is, don't judge a book by its cover, because like, you never know, and you could always be wrong and look stupid like me. I mean, I can never look stupid, because bitch, look at me, sis. Do I look like I'm stupid? Nah, kidding. Yeah, don't judge a book by its cover, because like, you never know. The funny thing is that to this day, me and Derek have never even had like a real conversation. Like, it's all been like third party shit, and I just feel like that's so funny, because like, this was such a big deal, but like, this was such a big deal to me, but like, we never even had a real conversation, and now it's nothing but like awkward vibes. At least I feel that way. It's nothing but awkward vibes when we're around each other, and I just feel like, damn, like, maybe had she not sent that fucking snap to him and just let him wonder if I had a crush on him, like, it wouldn't have been awkward vibes. But no, she sent the snap to him, and I blame her. Low-key. It was low-key my fault at the same time, because I shouldn't have took Gabby's words at face value and ran with that and just developed these feelings and this crush. But yeah, that was the story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you want to see any more story times from me, because I've been cultivating and thinking, because I have some stories to tell. So hope you guys liked it, and that is it.